you have?
Yes. With the 3 board members at Lincoln PSD, are we to tell the supervisor what to do over there? I mean, I can't draw the first bucket of water. But when there's a problem that arises, is the member supposed to act on that, the board members?
Well, I mean, it's my notion that you guys said as board members to handle problems that come up with us PSD.
Okay, so,
You know, 'cause you know better, I mean, that's, you sit there with, you know, those people, and I think you're, you know, you determine as far as what, I would think what they do or what projects they would be directed toward and things like that. I mean, I know they do that at Rancho Midkiff PSD, you know, I mean, I don't, you know, I think that's part of your all's job is to be able to handle the staffing and also handle the execution of the projects that are in your district.
Could I say something, just one
Yes,
thing?
sir.
I was chairman of Lincoln Public Service District for several years. When the water lines extended from Allen Creek to Samarico in that area, Ocorco, Eli, Buckeye, several areas. We all served at no pay. And when we could find somebody to serve on the board, the county commission more or less rubber stamped their candidacy. Because it was hard to get anybody to be on the board because there's so much aggravation about things that was going on.
It's becoming so easy, we
And
like.
I went through a bankruptcy and doing my construction bit, spent an awful lot of time, my personal time, never collected a dime for any, never had any compensation for any of my time. But I had a terrible time getting that bankruptcy settled with the contractor, my bankrupt, open line through Samarico and some different areas. But it was hard to get anybody to serve on, it still is hard to get anybody to serve on. We would even go out and repair one line tonight because we were on the commission. We wanted to have a water system in Allen. And I wanted to have a water system in Samarico because that's where I was born and grew up. They needed water now, and rivers filled it. And we got it there, thank God, after so many aggravations and whatever. It's a great experience for me, and I enjoyed every minute of it. But I'm glad I've been able to serve on that position. It's a tough position.
I tell you, it's, you know, one of the best things that I've done as far as, or makes me feel good about this job is getting water to people. And I'm sure the other commissioners tell you the
That's the
same
main
thing.
goal that we have, ever since Lincoln Public Service District has been in existence, is to serve as many people as we could on the best residents.
Well, we appreciate both your guys' service.
Mr. Foster is doing so wonderful job.
All right, thank you.
Next on the agenda is the advertisement in the Lincoln Journal's Veterans Issue. We did one last year, and you want to just continue to do it?
Same thing.
Same, nice.
Is there a motion?
I move that we do the same advertisement in the Lincoln Journal Veterans Issue this year that we did last year. And it's some purpose.
Is there a second? Second. And all yes?
For graphics. Yes.
Jim Gayheart regarding budget modification request.
I had her put this on, or Jim and I had her put it on the agenda. I talked with Prosecutor Gayheart a couple of different times, talked with him and Assistant Prosecutor Williams. We had a good conversation. Basically what's happened, I won't bore you guys with numbers, because all the numbers, since we got Sheriff Farley here, all of our, we went up tremendously in numbers of arrests for felonies and misdemeanors. Also, our juvenile court is a lot busier. These numbers are sometimes 2-3 times what they were a few years ago. And what Mr. Gayheart and Mr. Williams have talked about is increasing Mr. Williams' time from essentially 50% of his time to 75% of his time, starting in January. And he has requested an additional $12,500 for January through June. And we will have to look at this in the next fiscal year as far as paying him the $75,000 instead of $50,000 that he has now. I haven't had a chance to talk with Judge Hoke yet. I did get to talk with Judge Ellswick, and I really would recommend to the commission, we go ahead and authorize this increase in him starting in January. There's a lot of other information that I have if you all would want to look at it. But I think we all agree that they're busy, they're overwhelmed, and as I told the prosecutors, you know, I try to be a really good doctor all the time, but the busier you get, the more likely it is you're going to miss something, or you're going to not get something done that should be done. And he feels the same way, and I to commend him on that, because someone that doesn't feel that they can do their job well should ask for help, and that's what Mr. Gayhart has asked for help. So I'd recommend to the commission we go ahead and give the prosecutor's office some $12,500 for the increase in time for Mr. Williams starting January of 2014.
I move.
Is there a second?
Second.
7 all yes?
Yes.
Thank you all.
Next on the agenda is Darrell Baker regarding